yourself.
Really?
And quit asking me.
Is that the way you talk to your wife?
Yeah, if I have to, if I need to, but I don't. And I don't know you, and I don't care about
and
you.
And is this the kind of
your
anger that leads to your physical assault?
Doesn't matter to
me.
me.
Let me tell you
So
what I'm going to
my
ask
life
you to
doesn't
do.
matter to you. Drown tonight or get hit by a bus tonight. I'm not going to care because she's pushing my buttons, and I don't like her now. And the next thing I'm going to do is leave. So all of you.
One of the best things that I saw all week. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ant Money Experience, the podcast unlike no other. I am your host, King Ant Money. Don't forget the sir, the greatest. Got another great show lined up for y'all again. Hope everybody's having a good week. Hope everybody is prepared because the end of the summer is near. Damn, it's crazy, but the heat is a reminder that we still got a little while, still a bit left. We in at like the fourth quarter of the summer, so if you ain't took a vacation, if you ain't got out of whatever county or city you are currently in, make sure you do so while you still got time. Let the kids get one last blast of fun before the summer is over. But if you are here right now, you are watching on the greatest podcast network in the world, the big exclusive network. If you have a podcast idea that you need curated, your podcast needs a home. If you just want your podcast broad stream on a bigger platform, come through with the winning team. We got enough room for y'all. With that being said, shout out to my guy, Big Exclusive, making his return last Tuesday. It was a fire show. I co-hosted along with Top Flight and all of you that were in the comments. It was a good time. Glad to see my guy is back. But also, if you would like to be a co-host on the Ant Money Experience, make sure you DM me. Make sure you inbox me. If you would also like your business, your initiative, your mixtape, as long as it ain't trash, spotlighted in my spotlight portion of the show, come through with the winning team. We got plenty of room over here for you to show your stuff. Pause on my spotlight segment of the show. But before we go any further, a message from our sponsors. Oh, my bad, good people. Got a minor technical difficulty, so right now,
hey yo, Scooty just said promote her OnlyFans.
Scooty, if you would like your OnlyFans spotlighted in the spotlight portion of my show, I'm gonna have the spotlight directly on you, and you can say what you want because I ain't doing that shit, sis. Flat out. But also make sure you get your subscription to your exclusive subscription to the network. Got some fire content over there that only the subscribers can see, as well as we got some fire shit coming up. We got two new shows coming up, as well as two new shows coming up. A game show coming up. Listen, we got some big things happening on the network right now. But with that being said, oh, before I get there, happy birthday shout out to my bro, my son, my guy, Corey. Happy birthday, good brother. His birthday was Tuesday. And if you follow him or anybody we know, you see my man is out there celebrating. But without further ado, let me bring up my co-host for this evening. Britt.
Hey.
What up? What up? What up? Always a pleasure having you here. Know it's gonna be a good show when Britt can come through.
Always a pleasure to be here. You know, that's my motto. I love being here.
Definitely. Without further ado, let's jump into that. If it bleeds, it leads. Not gonna hold y'all good people. Let me get through this first like 3 minutes. Is gonna be a lot of rest in peace shout outs because sheesh, it's been a long week for celebrities. Producer, with that being said, play my first clip, please.
With me, I said, why you up in there dancing for cash? I guess a whole lot changed since I seen you last. She said, what would you do if the son was at home, crying all alone on the bedroom floor, cause he's hungry, and the only way to feed him is to sleep with a man for a little bit of money, and his daddy's gone, somewhere smoking rock now, in and out of lockdown, I ain't got.
Rest in peace to Robbie. I believe his last name is Pardlow. Singer from City High. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like City High has a long collection, but they gave us an anthem of the 2000s because what would you do if your son was at home crying all alone on a bedroom floor because he's hungry? What would you do, niece? Psych, no, you don't have to answer that question. But rest in peace. They didn't really release any details of his passing. But honestly, when people don't release details, I don't go digging for them. But what'd you say?
Say why, like if they don't say why, I feel like it's always a reason why. So unless I'm like close to the family, I kind of don't. I don't pry too much.
Yeah, and I know he has some struggles with some type of substance abuse after City High. I mean, honestly, they need a documentary for what happened to that group because it was really kind of tragic.
Yeah,
Bad business, a group dynamic, everybody thinking they a star, and then when you take all that and add the fact that Shorty was dealing with both of them at the same time, that's a bad joint. But
it got a little
producer,
crazy.
what'd you say?
I said it got a little crazy there.
Uh, that, understatement. But producer, could you bring up my next topic, please? Rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. We all know him as Theo from The Cosby Show. Tragic situation. He passed away while swimming. I forget which country it was, but got pulled in by a tide. And I mean, it's unfortunate. Man, my prayers out to his family because I got a little bit more details when I was at work and I watched the news clip earlier. He was actually out there swimming with his daughter. So that on top of the fact that they pulled him out and they tried to resuscitate him, they tried their best from what I understand, but I can only imagine how tragic that is for his family to be there watching all this happen. I mean, you guys were just out having a time and then something like this tragically happens. But I learned a little, well, I'm not gonna say I learned because I had heard in passing some of his poems, but he was actually a really great poet. He was very pro-black. Definitely, it's crazy because when he a couple weeks ago I had came across the show that he was on and it looked kind of good and I was like, you know what, in the midst of football season and basketball season being over, I'm gonna check this out. And this unfortunately happened not too long after I had that thought, but rest in peace and prayers out to his family. Producer, my next topic, please. Rest in peace to Ozzy Osbourne. Not gonna sit here and act like I was the hugest Ozzy Osbourne fan, but he definitely had two songs I liked. One
I
of
like.
his songs, what you say?
I said I like Ozzy. Rest in
Yeah, I would say my first experience to Ozzy was when he was on the reality show that he had on MTV, and I just remember him mumbling, and the only thing you could hear him say clearly was Sharon, and he would be cussing her out
bags,
bad,
bags, crashing out bad.
crashing out bad. But Ozzy, he was an entertaining dude. Rest in peace and prayers out to his family. Now, this last one is a little bit complicated. I'm going to send a rest in peace shout out to Hulk Hogan, but it's a little complicated. Now, this is one of those scenarios where I respect the person's artistry more than a person, Hulk Hogan had some nasty shit with him. For one, the racist rant that was leaked when he found out that his daughter was dating a black guy was very wild. Definitely showed his true colors. Also, the nasty shit he did on somebody's campaign trail this past summer had me looking at Hulk a little differently. Going to say rest in peace nonetheless, but
I'ma always say rest in peace, but I ain't feel that. Like, you know how they say it come in threes, so I was expecting like, oh, somebody about to check. Like when they said Hulk Hogan, I kind of was like, all right, rest in peace. But like,
well,
that was it. Like that was
my third was actually Ozzy Osbourne because Robbie was the first for me. And I'll just say that because at first I was like, dang, Hulk Hogan died. That's kind of crazy. Then I went to one of my group chats and my one homie was like, man, fuck him. I was like, you know what? When I read fuck him, it instantly made me realize why she said it. And I was like, you know what? She actually ain't wrong. Ain't wrong at all. But all right, that's the heavy portion of the show. We're gonna get into some lighter subjects now. Producer, play my next clip, please.
And frustrated by drivers in Philadelphia who park over the line, in the crosswalk, or the bike lanes. Well, now there's an app for that. That means snitching on these rule breakers has never been easier thanks to this new tool. Our Dawn Timothy has more on how it works and reaction from residents.
I actually just downloaded it today.
Jacob Mello is talking about the new Laser Vision app. The volunteer group Philly Bike Action is behind it and says the idea is to make it easier for folks to report issues that plague Philly streets.
Bike lane violation, sidewalk parking, crosswalk parking, corner clearance, which is when people like park too near the intersection so you kind of can't see around the car, and then an ADA ramp.
All you have to do is snap a picture of the parking violation. The app gathers all the necessary information to send the form to the PPA in a matter of 30 seconds.
Hopefully it dissuades people from using the bike lanes as loading zones. Our hope is always to improve safety, to reduce those situations which are causing pedestrians or people in wheelchairs or people with strollers to sort of go into the street to move around a car that's walking a sidewalk or a crosswalk. In the 3 weeks it's been launched, we've had about 1,900 violations reported on laser vision.
Some people, however, feel laser vision is a little bit like snitching.
My gosh, it's like a tattletale thing going on.
Would you do it?
You know what? Maybe if they were in the middle of like a handicap situation, probably, or right in the crosswalk.
It definitely mixed feelings.
Would you use the app?
Now, the first thing I want to ask you is, how did you feel about that clip?
I want to tell you, 19,000 is a fucking lie. I just want you to know that. 19,000 snitches is crazy.
I don't find it that hard to believe when you think about the population of the city.
Shit, don't get it fucked up. Certain shit, I feel like it's inexcusable, and we know that. Like, don't double park next to an empty spot. Like, don't, certain shit. But, like, 19,000 snitches, like, motherfuckers couldn't wait to tell on some fucking body. Like, what is that?
It remind me of, ooh, teacher. Like, you didn't check the homework from last night.
You fucking tripping.
Now you know we ain't do the homework.
Somebody in the comments said, "Don't let me catch you taking a picture of my car." That's real shit.
Yeah.
You up? Why are you like what?
I'm not gonna hold you. Parking authority is heavy in my neighborhood, and I don't even have to know the person. When I see them jump out and take their clicks, I'll be wanting to say, "Oh, he right here." Damn.
Like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? That's corny. I don't like it. I ain't fucking with it.
Now, I was going to ask you if you would be one to, what'd you say?
I said, don't laugh. It ain't funny. That shit just pissed me off.
I was going to ask you if you would be downloading this app, but I could see from the answer clearly you are not.
No.
I mean, I just think that, like, for instance, I was in 7-Eleven a couple weeks ago, and this guy was trying to get this pack of dip. So he was sitting there and he's pointing, and the guy just cannot figure it out. He's pointing, the guy is looking at literally everything except for what this man is pointing to. So no bullshit. We was in line for like 5 minutes, and he like right there, by your foot, by your foot. So the dude was frustrated. He turns around to me and was like, "I guess English isn't his strong suit." I chuckled. The lady behind me was like, "What did he say?" I said, "Miss, I mind's my business." She was like, "You shouldn't have laughed. That wasn't necessary." Well, bitch, you tell him. I'm not about to say nothing to this man because I'm frustrated for him. I'm ready for him to get the fuck out the way. He taking too long, but definitely, there's no need. People, let people do their job. You don't get paid to do that.
Right.
Don't go out of your way to snitch on other
Or
people.
they pay you a check for 19,000 fucking snapshots. Like, go do something with your day. Go ahead.
Also, the other thing is sometimes you never know why people are doing the certain things that they're doing. Like I remember I was watching a podcast the other day, and this lady said that she was riding down the side lane on the expressway, and a dude dipped in and cut her off. She was like, "Yo, you never know what people doing." I was on the way to the ER with my child, and traffic is backed up. I didn't want my child to be waiting in pain. Well, I'm like, I said, "Damn, that's a great point." So sometimes it just pays to mind your fucking business.
Right. The world would be a better place if everybody just mind their fucking business. Like some shit, it'd be like, all right, that's a little
For you and for me.
it don't pay to be a snitch for
Yeah.
free, for no reason. Like you just dry snitch.
Es- Especially for free. But with that being said, producer, my next topic, please. Now, by now, I am pretty sure that everybody has seen the viral clip of this CEO of the company he was with messing with the HR lady. And the clip I just showed was the Phillies not wasting no time. The next day, making a spoof of what happened, and homeboy at the end with the sign that said, "This is my wife," and kissing her. Priceless. Now, the original clip, what was your thoughts when you saw it?
Why did he duck down behind that glass? Like we couldn't see it.
We saw you already, homie.
We already see you.
You is caught. So apparently his wife has some kind of YouTube channel where she does like a whole bunch of like homemaker type of stuff.
Mhm.
They said a half an hour after this went viral, she went up there and changed her name on Facebook so people couldn't come looking for her.
She
I
put
said,
saying that like she, changed her name back, like she took his name off, and it wasn't to shame him. It was, her finding herself, and I respect it.
I don't think it was anything wrong with what she did because I can't imagine the embarrassment. It's embarrassing just say in your hometown.
Right.
This went viral.
Back
This went viral
real
on
bad.
social media. It was on the news. They still are writing articles about this a week later.
Yep.
I can't imagine the embarrassment of doing it. And homie, you was caught. It wasn't no sense of ducking down.
You
Once
was already
something
caught. That shit. It was funny. I feel like it was a cheater's natural reaction to try to run and hide, but like y'all been on camera for about 5 seconds already. You late, bro. Like you.
now, I'm not going to act cooler than thou. I have in my past cheated before, not condoning it. But my nigga, if you're going to cheat, why would you go to a concert? I thought that was the dumbest thing in the world to go to a concert and cheat. for the simple fact of not even the fact that you're around thousands of people. You could potentially be around your white folks. You could be around, I mean, I'm pretty sure you working at a company, you had thousands of employees. Some of your employees could be there. Like, I'm gonna have all the jokes in the world for the HR lady that got caught at a concert cheat.
Real shit.
Like, fuck was you thinking? But
To be HR and be in that position is wild in itself. Like those two things shouldn't even go together.
you
Like
definitely
you,
have to give your folks a speech about fraternization. But prayers and prayers to all parties involved. Psych. No,
no, they
being at a concert getting caught cheating.
can go to hell.
Nah, you're a crumb bum.
You deserve
You're a crumb creep. I want to fight you. But you don't have the courage. You're a real crumb bum.
But that is wild. But shout out to that. With that being said, producer, my next clip, please.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we like. Layla, I'm here with my team. I got great news for you. We got the 15 million. Let's make a fight between me and you, the best versus the best. The greats versus the greats. The GOAT versus Muhammad Ali's daughter, Layla Ali. Let's make it happen. Mark, what else do we got?
Look, we have the two most prominent venues in this country, Cowboy Stadium, T-Mobile Arena, ready to go. They're extremely interested. We just have to finalize deals and dates with them.
Now, what do you think about Layla Ali and Carissa fighting?
I don't like Clarissa. Let's just start there. I don't like her. Like I don't know what it is. I can't but I also think if she to fight Layla a little up there. Like she a little older and I don't know.
I think that Layla, unless you are strapped for money, don't take this fight. I've watched Layla Ali. I've watched her entire career, and I don't think she was truly a great fighter. I think that she was big and she used her size to her advantage, and she just beat up lesser opponents. I don't feel like there were that many opponents that she had that were really worthy of like a real fight. Now, also, Carissa, I think, can actually box. So I think even in their primes, she still would win this fight. But I don't want to see Layla Ali get her ass whooped.
Yeah, I don't see that. I'm cool.
I don't. I don't. I didn't want to see Jake Paul fight Mike Tyson. I just don't want to see it. But also, I can understand. I just feel that Carissa was probably
We
one of
want
those
Layla
people.
to dust her. That's the ideal. That's the idea. Like in my imagination, that's what's gonna happen. But like in reality, we gotta come down to reality. And like that's not how that fight gonna go.
Yeah.
I want it to. I'm real bad. Like I would hope that's what happened. But like reality speaking, if that's not what's gonna happen, baby.
And I mean, she can really fight. I remember at one point I saw a video where an MMA fighter was talking trash about her. And she was like, look, you don't even got to step in my circle. I'll step in your circle. She beat the bullshit out of this young lady. And you got to figure her natural reaction, muscle memory wise, is the box. Nah, she was really fighting. I think as far as her personality, she just seemed like she might have been an outcast for a really long time. And when she started to get attention, she started to run wild with it, and her weirdness is on full display.
My nerve. It's just she annoying. Like go sit your goofy ass down somewhere.
Yeah.
Like go sit down. You like chill, just chill regular. Like why you doing?
If she stops some of the antics, I think that people might like her a little bit more. I don't know, maybe she's trying to be like a Floyd Mayweather, but Floyd is at least kind of funny. I She just looks and she just.
It's cringe every time she come across my screen.
Every time. But 15 mil. If you get that payday, God bless. Mm. If it happens, not gonna lie, I would tune in.
Don't, girl. If you can hear me, don't do it.
Don't. But y'all know how I like to end. If it bleeds, it leads. Producer, play my funny video of the week.
Yo, what you on?
Shit, I'm about to get off work and see what's the word.
So you trying to go to that Ja Rule concert?
To what?
The Ja Rule concert.
What, Darien?
Nah, it's in Buffalo. Tickets $250.
Bet you lying.
I'm dead. You ain't trying to go?
Ja Rule for $250. You, what the fuck?
We out.
Who, 250 bills? Who paying 250 a ticket?
Yo.
What you on?
Shit, I'm in the car.
Yo, you trying to go to that, what's the name about to come to Buffalo? You trying to go to that Ja Rule concert?
When? Ja Rule?
I think it's next week, huh?
You said Ja Rule?
Yeah, you trying to go to it?
I mean, I'll go if you go, but who the fuck I'm on 50 Cent side, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? I'm Team 50. I ended that nigga. I was on that 50 Cent. We was ending that nigga.
Trying to go to the Ja Rule concert?
I'm trying to what?
Go to the Ja Rule concert.
Bro, what are you talking about? When the Ja Rule concert?
Next week, $250. Hey, tickets $250.
When?
In Buffalo next week, bro.
What is next week, though? You saying next week? Like, I'm not going to no Ja Rule concert, bro.
Why?
Fuck Ja Rule.
Now, my question. Niece, I'm in the city. I hit you up. Yo, you trying to go to this Ja Rule concert? What's your quick answer?
250. You tripping? You out?
No. That's before I say the 250.
You in the city? I'm trying. First of all, why we gotta go to a Ja Rule concert? If you in the city, we can do anything else.
But I'm in the city. I don't want to see this concert.
Why is it only Ja Rule? Like, is somebody
No,
else?
it's actually not a bad concert lineup. It's Ja Rule, Ashanti, Nelly, and like a couple other people that got hits. But I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a Ja Rule concert. Honestly, when I looked at it, it's more like Nelly's concert.
I still don't necessarily want to go. I'm.
Now the 250 is crazy work.
You snapped with that. You said how much? You mean $2.50? Because what the fuck is you talking about? $2.50?
I am not gonna lie. I enjoy these videos that people are coming up with where they just calling their friends and asking like random shit because I wouldn't necessarily have an issue with going to Ja Rule concert. 250 is crazy. One of my friends was actually trying to go to the Ja Rule concert, and I was like, I mean, all right, cool. If it's a weekend, we ain't got shit going on, we could go. I don't got a problem with that. It's a couple people there that I like. When they said that shit was on like a Tuesday, I was like, yeah, no.
250. That's me right there, Mimi. I got $2.50. When you say 250, we talk about $2.50. Stop.
$2.50. You probably that's probably access to perform on a stage with them.
I don't remember what show that was when it was like, oh, it was Dave Chappelle when he was talking about when there was a crisis. Like, where can somebody please find Ja Rule?
That is a classic. When Ja Rule was talking about 9/11, he was like, "Who the fuck?
Where's
Ja Rule got us?" Oh, that's a classic. That's a classic. But with that being said, producer, let's jump into my lounge talk. Now, audience, y'all just gonna have to forgive me this week. My computer is acting like a Negro. So I can't see your comments, but I definitely appreciate everybody that's here right now. But Britt, before we jump into the lounge talk, because this is gonna be an interesting lounge talk, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
So we were at work and we were having a conversation. So this is right after. So we at work one day, it's dead silent, and one dude goes, Malcolm Jamal Warner just passed away. I'm like, damn, for real? So I go and look, and I'm like, how? So I seen that he drilled, and I'm like, damn, because I knew he was young, and he appeared to be in good health every time that I saw him out. He was active. And I was like, damn, on vacation. That's crazy. And I'm like, I mean, he's one of those guys that is just like he's a part of a pillar of the Black community. So when you see somebody like that go, it's just like, damn. Right. So the next day we at work and Ozzy Osbourne passes away. So I'm like, damn, Ozzy, I like Night Train. I like a couple of the songs that he got with Black Sabbath, but I'm like, damn, Ozzy. And instantly I just thought, Sharon. But somebody in the back of the office said 77. He was young. I said, what? 77, he was old. So it sparked a debate in the office, and I actually took this debate to Facebook, and I got answers all across the like all across. It was really nothing consistent with this one. How old does a person have to be for their passing to stop saying this person passed away young?
I think that's a good question. I mean, I personally had the same conversation. Like, as the deaths are dropping, we're in the office like, oh my God, this happened. Oh my God, this happened. And my office ranges from 22 to up in the 60s area. So it also sparked
About the same for mine.
Hey, like, what is old? What is young? I just seen somebody say in the comments in their 80s, and that was kind of where our general consensus lied in my office anyway. Like 80 seems like the appropriate age, but I don't know. Me, I also feel like 77. You right about there. Like I don't know. I feel like our life is like, it's rare for us to see people who live to be 100, 104. Like, we celebrate those people that make it to 100 years old.
For sure.
You done live some life. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like between 70 and 80, but again, the general consensus among the office was 80 and up is old.
So I personally feel that if a person lived to 50, I think that they lived long enough that you can't say they passed away young. Now, when I said that, we got into a deeper conversation. So one guy said a consistent thing that I was saying was people saying that people in their 70s are 70 was about it. Now a lot of people are going off the biblical idea that well, in the Bible it says if you anything 70 or forward, you're blessed. So a lot of people were saying like at 70 that was it. 70 and 80 was about the points that a lot of people were saying, but I'm just like, if a person dies at 60, I mean, you've lived your life. I mean, my mother just retired. Not wishing death on my mother, but she died. She died. She's 60 right now. If she were to pass away, she's lived a life.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that, I mean, any age is like, damn. But I feel like if you've lived to 50, you've lived enough of life where I can't say that you were young.
I don't know. I feel like the new 50 is still they still out here. Like we as a
Definitely agree.
Came to the conclusion 50 ain't it, because 50's still out here kicking and screaming. 50 plus.
For sure. And that's an interesting comparison because I was having a conversation with somebody and we were talking about reparations.
Sprinkles start clapping. Can y'all stop playing these comments?
So
Tay Boogie, stop playing.
Tay Boogie, what up, good brother?
Clapping. Hey, yo.
But I was having this conversation with somebody, and I was saying like the generations of the past had it rougher. So I was talking to somebody because it got into a conversation about reparations, and I was like, "Yo, I could respect 4 to 5 generations, and that's slavery for my family." I was like, 4 to 5 generations in your family, they're not even in this country. I was like, my great grandmother, her mother was a slave. He was like, damn, for real? I was like, yeah, she was towards the end of it. But I was like, I mean, if you think about it, that's not that far away.
20 years.
So you figure, so 3 generations away, that's like end of slavery. You got 2 generations away, our grandparents, that's the civil rights era. Our parents, post civil rights era, but crack epidemic. They kind of lived some rough lives. Now, a crack epidemic, I won't say was quite as bad as civil rights in general, unless I mean we've dealt with effects of it, but also our parents. I feel like as the generations go on, they're in much better shape than the generation of the past. Like my grandmother, my mother's mother passed away at 63, and I was like, Dad, she was bedridden from like her late 50s on. My mom is in great shape to be her age. So I don't know. I just feel like it's an interesting debate to be had, but honestly, I was
Somebody
born in
said in
his
the
70s.
comments, like nobody wants to work and then just retire. I went to try to find the comment, but they said, "Oh, there you go. You don't want to work to retire then die. You want to enjoy retirement. Some give me 20 plus after I retire." And I feel like that's a good way to look at it because like
For
nobody wants
sure.
to just work. They hope like you don't want that to be the end of your story. So
They was talking about retirement plans today, and I always say my retirement plan is the hardest to take on a job. Case closed. But people don't think it's funny when I tell that joke.
because you play
But
too.
but that a guy in my office, he also said that he was like, listen, I think at 80, that's 20 about 20 years after retirement, that's an appropriate age. And I'm
Yep.
like, I was like, I can agree with that. But without further ado, let's
This
jump
fool said
into
my
that.
mama still whoop me like it's slavery times.
Yo, y'all niggas play too much.
The comments, they going off in the comments. I'm just cracking the fuck up. Like y'all are silly as shit.
But with that being said, we actually got 2 Lounge Talk topics for this evening. So
Oh, let me go get my shot.
enjoy.
Hold on. I was waiting for the lounge talk to pour my shot. Hold on.
Okay. Bricking activator is about to be a good one.
Let me put it. Oh, you know what they do? They put the bottom of the
Oh my gosh. I'm glad that I can't see that. But okay, so ladies and gentlemen, the first topic is kind of on the lighter side. The second topic, a little bit not so much light. But the first topic, ladies and gentlemen, I was sitting there, I was watching the Joe Budden podcast, and he brought up a very interesting topic. He said that one day he had went and he did 2 podcast episodes this one day, and his podcast episodes can range from anywhere from about 3 hours or even longer. Now, on top of that, he's getting ready for his podcast. He's talking to his crew. They're discussing, they're talking about what they're going to talk about on the podcast, and then they jump into the podcast. It usually ends, they'll take a break, and then they'll jump into another podcast, sometimes with a celebrity. So he said he does that. They wrap the show up for the day. He goes out because he's like, it's a Friday night. I'm going to go out. He goes out. He's outside. I want to say he might have said he was outside for maybe 2 to 3 hours. He goes back to the house. So he said his girl was in town this weekend. So he goes home, and his girl, she got the reps. She's sitting there, da 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 da. She excited. She happy to see him. And he was like, yo, is it acceptable to tell your significant other, yo, my social battery for the day is done? I spent all day talking. I'm really not in the mood. Is so, Britt, I'm gonna ask you: is it acceptable to tell your spouse that your social battery is dead? You are kind of done socializing for the day. Or do you feel like you just got to chalk it up?
I'm personally a firm believer of I need to be at full capacity to be able to pour into anybody else.
Okay.
I feel burnt out, and I'm telling you, as my person, you know what I'm saying? I need this time for me. I need for you to be able to respect it. We're all adults here. You know, we all have things going on in our lives. There's times when I'm going to need you to be right here with me and in my space and in my face. And there's times when I'm going to need some time to recharge my own battery.
Okay.
And I feel like that's 100% okay. I feel like there should never be, because I am that type of person. Like I sometimes just, I don't want to be bothered. I call it hibernation. I don't want
Okay.
to be bothered. My phone will be on do not disturb. Don't call me 100 times. Don't text me 100 times. I'll check in with you, let you know, hey, I'm cool, but I need to recharge my battery. And I feel like that should be respected. Like, people are individual. At the end of the day, when you're in a relationship, you are not any less of an individual yourself. And I feel like that should still be respected.
Now, I have two follow-up questions to that. Now, one, well, actually, I got three. So, my first one, I'm going to ask, so how do you relay that message to somebody?
Um,
Without, because in all actuality, the person
I
didn't
told
do
you,
anything wrong,
somebody,
but how do you relate it in a way where it doesn't come off nasty or you're like hurting their feelings?
you remind them gently, you know, I care about you. Where, you know, whatever the situation may be, you can reassure that. But I don't feel like there should be a penalty for anybody taking time to get themselves back 100%. Like, I don't know. It almost feels like a little selfish to me for somebody to just be like, oh, I don't care what you're going through. I want to be right here. Like that, like, we cool and I love you to death. But like, I need 12 hours to myself. Let me go to sleep and wake up and talk to you in the morning. Like, I'll check in, but I don't see why anybody taking that time to recharge their battery and feel back to themselves. Like, why do people feel like they have to be intertwined with that? Like, why do you feel like because we're in a relationship, you have to solve all my problems?
Okay. Now, how do you feel when it's said to you?
I'm very different than most people. I'm gonna respect that because when I ask for it, I expect the same in return. See, I'm grown. I'm one of them. If you need your time, take all the time you need. Hit me. I'll be here when you're ready to talk to me because I understand how it feels. I think my thing is I've been through a lot, and so I'm a lot more understanding than the typical person. Um, so it don't phase me none. Like, especially if I know where we stand. Like, if every other time we together, shit is cool. You know, we have conversations all the time, and you tell me, hey, I need some time to myself. Take all the time you need.
Now, I actually forgot what my third question was just that quick, but it was funny because I had this on a docket for a while. I want to say I had it on a docket for maybe about 2 months. And I was like, you know what? No, on top of the other topic I want to talk about, I'm going to throw this in there too. Now, I actually, ironically, got hit with a similar situation this past weekend. One of my buddies, I
Ooh,
went
that
to,
comment right there. Can you leave that comment in plain English? Why are you dating / married to a person that you can't say, hey, I've had a long day. Can we just be quiet? Like, why is that a problem? We talk about everything else every other day. Shit is normal. Like, and if we're dating, we should have that trust where, you know what I'm saying? You know me. So if I just say today I don't feel like it. I don't feel like being bothered. Like, excuse me, y'all, it's a helicopter. But if I say I don't want to be bothered, I feel like that shouldn't be a problem. I feel like it shouldn't be taken like offensively.
now, who left that comment?
Kristen Lomax.
Okay. Scooty, go to hell.
Comment.
Now, I'm going to say this
If she
because
visited him and he had no time for her, wait. Oh, if she came to visit him and he had no time for her, it might be a bit rude. But why did you come visit me before checking in?
Well, also they've been together for about 3 years, from what he's saying. So you know what his day like entails on the days that he goes and does his podcast.
Right.
So it's not a surprise. So I mean, he's not working every day,
Right.
but I don't know what his day to day is like. But you kind of know what it is on the days that he does his podcast.
Right.
Now, I'll say that I had a similar situation this past weekend. One of my homies, he called me and he was like, "Yo, I need you to like help me do a favor." So I take him to do the favor, and I mean, he like dumped a lot of like just what he's going through type of stuff. So I was just like, damn, it was a rough morning because I was with him all morning, running around and stuff like that. So I get back, I call a young lady, and I'm like, "How you doing?" Now, here's where it's a little tricky for me because she was like, "Well, not good." So we had a prior conversation, and the not good, I thought just not particularly feeling well because of Wild Party Night. But I waited because normally our conversations, when it's something like that said, the person just goes into the story.
Right.
That didn't happen this time. So I was just like, man, I just had a crazy moment. I waited for the hesitation. Nothing was said. So I was like, I had a crazy morning. Man, I was just with such and such, and they was dealing with this. So she stops me. No disrespect. I know that you saying that you had that going on, but I just told you I wasn't good, and you go to jump into a story about some other shit. Respectfully, not in the mood right now. I'll talk to you later. Click. So I was like, I was in a rough spot because I understood it on one behalf. On the other behalf, the way it was said, I was just like, mm. And then the person I was talking about, and you knowing the nature of the relationship I had with that person, I would have thought like, hey, I listen to some stories about people that you have that are of lesser value to you.
Do you think it was the way it was worded that offended you?
I think that's what pissed me off.
Because I think what she said was kind of like if she just told you she wasn't good, it ain't really a good time to talk. Like I feel like you gotta respect that. If somebody tell
I
you, oh,
did.
not good,
Now I think where the
hey man,
disconnect happened was when I later talked to her about it. When she told me why she wasn't good, it wasn't connected to what I thought it was. So then I was like, you know what? I respect it. Glad I didn't go off on like a petty binge like I normally would. But I was like, I respect it because of the way it was explained. I just didn't like the way it was said. Now that was going to actually it jogged my memory. So that was what I was going to say. Do you think that it's an issue with the person having a problem with not having a problem, but a person where their social battery is like dead? You on like a 1%. Do you think that the way the person delivers that matters? Or if a person says, however they say it, like my social battery is dead, it doesn't matter because they're done at that point.
I think delivery always matters, but I also think if
Okay.
telling you they're not having a good day and you kind of push their limits a little bit, we can't really be upset at the bark back because if somebody's telling you no they're not good, I think you gotta kind of know sometimes who you're talking to, and sometimes it take that reality check for somebody to be like to bark on you for you to understand like, oh, they really not cool, like they really going through something.
Yeah, so I after having the next conversation I had with this person, I
I
was like,
like
oh, I could see
communication,
that.
comprehension.
I was like, I can understand that. And I was like, I wish you would have said that at that point.
Right.
But
But maybe
I
she didn't
can't be I
have
can't be mad at the
the
situation.
maybe she didn't have the capacity. If she's telling you she's not good, she might not have had the capacity to format it to fit what you needed at the time. She was going through what she was going through, and that's another part of what I was saying. Like, I understand people enough for me where however you deliver, if you tell me you're not good, I don't care how the fuck you deliver it to me because you're not okay. So whatever you say to me right now, I'm not taking personally because stop playing in the comments talk about Ike Turner would have handled that differently.
Listen.
No, y'all gotta be more understanding, especially if these are people y'all care about. Y'all have to be more understanding in times of crisis.
For
Everybody
sure.
act
For
appropriate
sure.
or the way you want them to in a time where they're telling you I'm not okay. You can't control how my not okay looks to you. So if you love me and you care about me and you respect me, love me enough through that point to be like, you know what, she ain't even mean that. And I may or I may not apologize later on down the line.
Oh
But
no,
you
you won't fucking apologize to me.
that if I told you I wasn't okay, whatever comes with that, if you love me, you have to accept that.
You know what? I do understand. And like I said, once we continue the conversation later on, I was like, you know what? All right, I get it. I can see why it was this. And then I think you hit on something key. I don't think she was ready to talk about what was going on at that point. That was why the hesitation came in. But I think also I wouldn't have answered the phone. I would have just acted like I was asleep.
That's true. That is
If I like when I get these moments where I'm like, yo, I'm just really not in the mood.
there's no
I won't answer the phone, and when I'm ready to talk, I was exhausted yesterday. X
right.
Y Z, what's up?
I feel you. But also you have to be willing to have that conversation with your friend too, to tell her that you felt like, maybe next time if you feeling like that, just with me, if don't answer the phone or whatever. You have to put work into all of your relationships, be it a friendship, a relationship, a family ship, whatever it is. Nothing is going to just be like, oh, I know this and this is what it is. Like, you're always going to have to put work into the people that you love and care about.
What about your enemies? Because I'm really ready to put in work with one of my enemies.
I be blocking them, so I don't know what to tell you. I be blocking them real quick. I block heavy because I protect my energy, though. Like, if I
For
know
sure, I respect that.
you don't mean me any good, you don't care about me, you can't love me the way that I need to be loved, like, why is there any reason? Like, I'm not one of them people. I will block a motherfucker quickly and proudly because why are you here?
It's funny that you say that because I was having a conversation with my homies one time, and we was talking about blocking people. And my one homie was like, "I never blocked somebody." I was like, "Oh, I blocked the ex before,"
All the time.
and he was like, "What? You blocked the ex?" I was like, "Yeah," because we broke up. She continued to contact me, and at first it was cool because it was kind of still like the repetition of us being in a relationship, so it was kind of muscle memory, and it wasn't a nasty breakup. So at first I would entertain a phone call, and then it got to a point where it was just like, yo, you want to sit here and talk about something that we've talked about 100 times already. We're not getting back together. It's certain things that need to work out before we could get back to that point. And then when it didn't stop, I was like, yo, I'm blocking you. So I blocked her. So people know because of my line of work, I don't have my phone on me during the day. So people close to me know that you can email me.
Right.
So she emailed me. And I'm like, yo, can you stop? Blocked it. This individual, when I went to my junk mail, because eventually Gmail just starts sending every variation of the email to my junk mail. After like 2 months, I went to my junk mail and checked, and this individual recreated their name with a number behind it for a new email
Hey, yo.
30 times.
She definitely want that old thing back. That's crazy. 30 emails? Tay Boogie in the comments going, oh, he is having a fucking ball in these comments. He down there snapping.
I am so mad, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for this technical
Definitely a
difficulty.
stalker, man.
And the
Right.
crazy part is I prepared not to have this issue. When I did the Big Exclusive podcast on Tuesday, I did all my regular stuff to make sure I got all my updates through. I don't know if they sent like a crazy patch in between Tuesday and today, but the computer said, but but I think we got a good amount of
If you start
conversation on that.
emailing a nigga, yeah, exactly. Kristen, that comment right there, we need to pin that comment because what kind of, I don't want to know. That's my uncle, so I need to leave if he about to tell. But what you got going on over there?
I have one
They said you must
friend
have put her in a
that
chokehold on the bed.
I had one friend that said to me years ago, she was like, "Aunt, I can always tell when you go from talking to a person till you knock their crazy switch on because it always ends the same." And I just sit and go,
That's crazy.
"Why me, God? Why me?" But now to a more serious limbs talk topic.
I'm ready.
So, ladies and gentlemen, so it's funny because I sent you both of those and I wanted to make sure that it wasn't like a trigger. So I was like, oh, she liked it. All right, we can run with both of them. So, ladies and gentlemen, trigger warning if necessary. If you ever had anything dealing with somebody that went missing, I would advise you to end right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I saw recently there was a young lady that her mother reported her missing. Excuse me, I believe she was
Wait,
somewhere.
and before you continue, I just want to tell you, comedian Tay Boogie said you was doing the Melvin Bunny Hop. I'm sick of him.
Tay Boogie is a
He really
fool,
playing
and
in
when
the
I tell
comments.
you,
Man.
I enjoy having him on this show. I definitely need an episode with you up here so the people could get the live action shenanigans. But
The link was dropped. He might as well just tap in.
oh, for sure, for
They
sure.
dropped the link already. The producer, you might need to drop it again. I think
Oh,
you missed.
wait, producer. That because we at the halfway point of lounge talk. But before we go any further, I want to ask the people what they got to say about that. So, producer, as always, drop that link again for the good people so they can chime in if necessary. So, a couple months ago, a young lady went missing. Her mother reported, well, missing. Her mother reported her missing, and unfortunately, they found the young lady's body about, I'm going to say, a couple days later. So people were posting in the tri-state area, people were posting the missing poster of this young lady. Now, backtrack a little bit. There was at least two incidents that I can think of in Philly where a little girl went missing, and the parents were on super weird shit where they were trying to get ransoms for these kids.
Thanks.
Now, another thing that's a common thing that I've seen is teenage girls going missing and they just been like at their boyfriend's house, to ran away to be with a boyfriend in some kind of capacity. Now, after the last incident with the young lady in Delaware, somebody made a post and was like, "Yo, I'm never making another missing post for somebody." Because I feel like if the child goes missing and the child is found, since I posted this post, I have a right to know what happened with that child. So my lounge talk topic is: if a child goes missing and a child is found, do we have a right to know what happened to the child? How do you feel about that, niece?
So, my personal opinion, I've stated it on social media as well. I feel like if the child ran away, I definitely want to update. I feel like that child needs to know moving forward, if this happens, there will be people out looking for you. You know what I'm saying? People
For
care about
sure.
whatever. But I definitely would like to know, oh, she ran away. So if y'all see her out next time, grab her. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually a very appropriate way that I didn't think about to handle that situation.
So for me as a mother of a teenager, because again, my daughter's 14. And if my daughter go missing and I have to post looking for her and social media helps me find her, I'm absolutely gonna say, hey, look, y'all, She ran away, like, not to embarrass my child, because I know a lot of people feel like, oh, you're embarrassing your kid. But no, she embarrassed herself. These are teenagers. These are not grown fucking adults. If you want to run away and think you're grown, I'm going to let everybody know. If y'all see her outside, grab her ass. I think now, on the flip side of that, I'm also a mother. And I feel like if something traumatizing happened to your child, if something that, you don't care to share with everybody happened, I feel like you let people know, how parents do. My child was found. But I don't need to know that your daughter, went through X, Y, and Z. I think you need to get them therapy, and they need to reach the appropriate sources for that.
See, that's where it gets tricky though, because I think dependent on the age, we're going to assume certain things. Honestly, complete honesty.
That's true.
Whenever I see a teenager go missing,
absolutely,
and they say the last place she was filmed leaving school, I automatically say she's out somewhere with a. Honestly, my first thought is she's out somewhere with an older guy, because that's the only thing. That's the only place she could be where it'll be acceptable for her to stay multiple days without somebody having concern.
Well, no,
Because
some
you
of these
can't.
parents.
You can't. What you say?
Some of these parents, they be a little funny. I ain't gonna lie. Now I'm gonna tell you a true story.
Not wrong.
I'm gonna tell you a true story. I was 13 and I ran away. I did. And I told my friend mom that my mom said it was cool for me to stay at her house. And I had one of my other friends who I knew sounded grown on the phone act like my mom and called the girl mom to confirm that it was cool. I got my ass beat to the gods.
As you should.
Got my ass beat to the gods when I
Honestly,
got home. But
now your
it
mom
worked.
should have called that lady and had her come over and whoop your ass again.
Oh no! I got everybody with my ass. Family members that don't even be in Philly came and with my ass. What? I got my ass beat to the gods.
Damn, they had the Johnson family reunion just to come whoop your ass.
That was the ass whooping of my life.
What you completely deserved.
It was the ass whooping of my life. But you know what? Dorney Park was fun. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know. It wasn't worth it. The ass whooping I got wasn't worth it, but I had a good time.
If I'm going to risk an ass whooping, I'm going to risk it for something that's worth it.
Don't tell nobody else that story, y'all. That's between me and y'all.
Hey, y'all, bring out her ass whoop because she ran away to go to Dorney Park. I ain't going to tell nobody else. But that is insane. But also, I just think that I do think we have a right to know. Now, if it's something traumatic, like the child was out at the like, let's just say the child was out at the bus stop and somebody snatched them and the child is filmed, I would, in a polite way, let people know, like, hey, keep my family in prayer.
Right.
We found her. It was unfortunate circumstances.
Right.
I would say that.
Right.
But if your child was out being hot in the ass, listen, y'all, I found her. I'm pissed right now. She's safe. She grounded for a long time. I think you don't have to come out and just blurt like, hey, she was out here sucking dick. That's why she
you ain't never supposed to say that. Like, damn.
But I can say we found her. Listen, she in a lot of trouble, but thank y'all for looking out. But I think what happens is people just say they're found, and it was people that was really out here. I'm not going to say like it was a search team, but you had people on alert, and then you just don't tell them anything when your child is found.
I don't like that. I don't feel like that's fair. Like, people was out there literally boots to the ground, putting down flyers, helping you look for your child. Like, I feel like they deserve an explanation. Like, I put my time and effort into this. You can't just.
It seems real unappreciative. Even if I just made a post, if I made a post and I know your child is in my area, I'm looking a lot more tuned in than what I would do normally in these places.
Right.
I just think, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you want me to post your child because they're missing, God forbid that would happen to anybody that I know. But if it's somebody that I know and their child is missing, I don't mind. Now listen, I'm not doing the nieces and the little cousins and the friend of a friends. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not doing it. But if it's a direct family member,
Yeah.
hey,
Outside, go. Go outside.
Hey, Scooty.
Bella.
Scooty, what up though?
Hey. Hey, folks, how y'all doing? What's up, man?
Hey.
Hey. How's it
So
going, man?
Scooty, which topic would you like to tackle?
Uh, I'm gonna pick you up, Luna, please. First of all, fuck you, Rock. I was gonna point that out for going further with this. You know, I
Knew
just
that
want
was
to.
First
coming.
and foremost.
You absolutely knew it was coming. You knew because so you said a while ago. You knew I was on your butt about it.
For sure.
But I mean, I've been pretty much agreeing with shit all the time now. I see it, Luna. I've been pretty much in agreement with y'all. You know, I want updates on the kid when y'all find him or whatever. I want to know what's happening with things.
I need to know why my time was invested into your child.
For
Like,
sure.
if something traumatizing happened, then feel free to tell me it was unfortunate and y'all not ready to respect your family privacy, because I'm all for that. But again, if your daughter was out
Right.
being hot ass, I want to know that too. That I do want to know.
And for sure, and that's also another thing. Like my close friends, I always make sure that anybody close to me, they either see me talk to my daughter on a FaceTime or they see me out with my daughter going to functions and stuff like that. Because also, I want my daughter to know, like, when you go around places, you're protected. I remember one time my daughter needed something stupid. And I had the closest
So
place was for me to go there on 69th Street out whatever county that is to go get it. So I go out there and get it, and I see one of my friends' kids walking up the street, and I'm like, what the fuck is she doing around here? Well, first of all, she lived there on 60th Street, and I text her mom like, hey yo, I just seen your daughter walking up 69th Street. She said, oh shit, you on 69th Street? Aunt, what you doing in Philly? I'm in the parking lot waiting for her to come over here now. I said, I just wanted you to know that I saw your daughter out in the mix, and I didn't feel like she should be around here.
Right.
She was like, yo, I appreciate you doing that. Now, I didn't approach her because me and her daughter don't have that relationship. But I want her mom to know, hey, yo, I see her out here. But
as you
also in the
should.
same
That
respect,
happened to me one time.
if I'm riding down, I mean, you say your kid was last saw here and normally is here, and they are neighborhoods that I frequent, I'm gonna keep an eye out.
Yeah.
And in the event that she comes home, I feel like I'm owed an explanation.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. I
Now,
had a situation
Scooty.
like that when I was growing up. The neighbor saw me
Okay.
walking. Can you hear me?
No, I hear you.
Scary.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Growing up, whatever. One of my neighbors was talking to mama randomly, like after it happened and stuff, and was like, "Yeah, I saw Scooty walking this time of night, da da da." First of all, I've been lazy my whole life. You ain't see me walking nowhere. I got a car. That's number one. I'm walking where? Mama was like, "Okay, if she start walking, why you ain't pick her up and try to help her? Why would you want her to be out here this late at night if you call me out of concern?" It's 2 days later now.
Yeah.
Oh well, I didn't even know I didn't want to approach her. But you're not calling help though, because at this point it's 2 days later. Right. You calling trying to be funny, and when I tell you what, you are fucking the janitor over here at the school or whatever. I'm gonna be wrong, right? Now everybody yelling. Now all of a sudden it's an issue. No, mind your business. Stop being weird about stuff. If you part of the village, be part of the village. If you're not, keep your clown ass out the fucking way.
Yeah. Because for sure, if the
Like, yeah,
story
rocket
that I
science.
just
This ain't
told,
no.
for sure, the story that I just told, if my homie said that her child wasn't supposed to be out there, hey yo, I know your mother name is such and such. She said you're not supposed to be around here. So you got two options. You can wait right here until your mother gets here, or you can make sure you get home to where you're supposed to be. Now, because we don't have that relationship, I'm not going to say get in my car if you're uncomfortable.
Right.
But we can wait right here until your mother gets here because I know she ain't that far.
Right.
But Scooty, now back to the first question. How do you feel about the situation with your social battery and your significant other?
Like I said in the comments, communication is key and comprehension is key.
Girl,
Why would
don't
you?
be up here fucking lying, acting like you this wholesome. Oh, if they don't want to talk, you all the way, motherfucker. You won't listen to what I gotta say. Are you not?
Where'd she go?
Oh, okay.
Oh
I'm
wait,
not,
she
I
right
don't
there.
know what just happened. I don't know what just happened. So you were saying, girl, don't get her and say what?
I said, don't act like you ain't a. Oh, motherfucker, you won't listen to me.
Oh no, I am. But I'm also a motherfucker that's. Oh, you know, move for this right now? Okay, bet. I'll talk to your bitch ass later. We ain't gotta do it right now because my social
Why do
batteries
I
right
gotta
now.
be a bitch ass? Cause I don't want to talk right now.
No, no, no. Oh, no, babe. No. That's unrelated. You bitch ass regardless. It's not because you don't want to talk right now. It's not because of that. It's because you bitch ass. Because if I'm on a type of time where I'm like, oh, we gonna talk right now. Then in my head, I'm already on that type of time or whatever. But if I'm like, hey, we can talk about this. You're not in the mood for it. I'm not in the mood for it. Whatever. Say that. Now I have a bad habit of not coming back. I'm real good for not revisiting conversations. I'm real good for not revisiting conversations. I will just be like, wait, okay, let's talk about this later, and never come back to it. My husband,
Now,
on the other hand,
Hey,
wants to revisit. He wants to actually have the conversation. He wants to come back to it. He wants to finish this and
yeah,
revisit it.
at a
Yeah,
later
that-
date.
yeah.
Why we
Me,
can't
I'm
finish
cool.
it
I'm
at a
cool with you.
later date?
We can finish it like you're absolutely right. We can. No, my shit. I'm gonna just move on past that because I don't care. I'm a veteran. I ain't got time for this. I don't care.
you know what? I will say that about you. I have to take that back. If a person is not ready to talk about it, you will give them that space. I'll give you that. But you will not revisit that conversation. We have had conversations where it was like, yeah, I want to talk about it right now. Oh, you don't want to talk? We don't gotta talk about it right now, but you missed that opportunity.
We done with. I've
They
moved
gotta
past
bring
that.
it back up, huh?
You
Hey,
not
hey.
missed the opportunity, has moved on.
That is
we
crazy.
we gonna respect each other's. We gonna respect each other's time and opinions and all some shit. I'm cool. You cool. We should be cool. I love it.
Why I can't talk to
Hey,
you? Damn.
I've been on this podcast enough times and produced this podcast enough times to say out loud and in public on a platform on a very public platform. Scooty scares the shit out of me. Okay? Scooty
My man, I
scares
will
the
I
shit
will
out
tell
of me.
you.
Now
At
I was
the,
up here one day with her up here, and I outright said that she was going off, like she went off one day, and I'm like, Scooty, I think you beat men. I think you abusive. She's
she
like,
said
yeah.
you do.
She said, yeah, I whoop his ass.
Sometimes
Scooty
somebody
scares me, okay? And she taking shots. So
Listen.
I'm a malt liquor chaser.
That's
Scooty,
not
Oh,
my. First off, this is ginger beer. This is blood orange ginger beer. I made a mule
okay,
earlier. Well, yesterday.
okay, all right, but yeah, you
That,
scare
that
me.
nigga
I'm
said
glad
malt
you're
liquor
on
is
the other side of
crazy.
the country.
Y'all
You
leave her
definitely
alone. I like her. She cool.
Thank you.
nah,
Scooty,
Appreciate
I
it.
love her to death.
like, no, we
Definitely
cool.
always
She just scares me. That's all.
always been my little sis. But honestly, it's one of
She
those people.
seems
Like
very
there's a
logical.
couple people in my life that I would describe like this.
She
I'm
seems
just
logical.
glad they're on my team.
Y'all know who I'm scared
Exactly.
of? Y'all,
Exactly.
do y'all know who I'm scared of?
Ooh,
Luna. I'm scared of her.
that's her daughter, y'all.
You see, I'm scared of her.
She is cute.
Aw,
No,
Hi.
You can't have the phone, baby. Say hey,
beautiful.
wave. Okay,
Hi.
go finish eating your food, okay?
But
Planet.
Scooty,
Yeah.
any last words on the topic for the good people?
Fuck Hulk Hogan, whatever his name is.
Respect.
Y'all want to be eating bets. Um, these kids is bad as hell these days, and they're also stupid. Like you can't be bad and be stupid.
Respect.
Like at least like when we were younger, like if we're bad, we can handle our badness. These kids get bad, and all of a sudden you want to cry about it. No, you can't cry now. You 2 states away with some random ass nigga you met on Facebook. No, don't cry now. We
Child.
get
Good
back on your plate.
struggle.
Like what are we talking about? Like come on, toughen up, nigga. You ain't got no knife on you. But yeah,
Crazy.
uh,
On that note, I'm out.
Like, she slid that in
Yo,
there real smooth. Like, you ain't got no
I
knife on you?
absolutely
Like,
cannot wait
no.
to watch this back.
listen.
Okay. But
All
love
right.
you, Scooty, as
Love you, baby.
always. Thank you for joining. And we got to set up another day for you to come on and co-host with me because that was
I
definitely a wild day.
I agree. You know, my birthday's on the 6th, so I'm down for whenever.
Okay. Say less. We
Big
gonna
Leo in the
talk.
house, you know.
All right, love you. Talk to you later, sis. Okay, to close it out, niece, any last words on both of the topics?
Man, if your child go missing and she out being hot in the ass, I want to know where she was at. I don't give a damn how you feel about it. I don't care about you trying to protect your baby. Your baby needs help, and we as the community need to help. So, but again, like I said, I respect your privacy if your child went through something traumatic.
Okay. Now what about the social battery?
The what?
The social battery.
Oh, I already said that. Give people their space. Y'all, again, if you love the people that you love, you have to understand them. You have to know the people that you're dealing with and give them space. And if they, again, I feel like I saw a lot of comments saying like it's no excuse for being rude. Tell me if you're in the mood. Whatever. Da, 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 da. But if somebody tells you immediately, if you call them, you ask them, are they cool, and they say no, and you continue to talk to them, I feel like anything after that, you should be prepared and ready for it, and you shouldn't judge them for it because they told you they wasn't cool when they got on the phone.
That's true.
Communication and love goes a long way, y'all. Y'all never know what people are really going through, and I feel like you need to love on each other more because you never know how much just being that listening ear or just being that understanding person could mean to somebody that you care about. You never know. Your strongest friends will never tell you that they're going through something.
Oh, for sure. And I feel like lately I'm just seeing that a lot more where like some of the people and you know what? I can't even just say I'm seeing it a lot more because I know I'm a person like that myself.
Right.
Because I've always had a consistent presence on social media. I sit there and I could be big with somebody full on having a time posting the funniest memes and be over here and just been like upset about things. So I definitely agree with that. Also, I'm gonna just say like just looking at all these deaths that took place in the last week or so, all of them were natural from what I see. So
Facts.
also just make sure that you're telling your folks that when you get the opportunity, like, yo, what's up with you? Whether it be I love you or I miss you or what's
Facts.
up with you, ain't heard from you in a minute. Like I said last week with the passing of Young Noble from the Outlaws, just make sure you checking on your folks. If some, I make a habit now. I'm mad that I don't have my phone on me at work because sometimes I sit there. I'm a notorious daydreamer. Been a daydreamer my entire life. When somebody pops up in my mind, I make sure I reach out. If it ain't nothing more than a what's up, was just thinking about you. I thought about the time we was at such and such, or remember when we was young boys and XYZ happened. You
Facts.
never know. Those messages go a long way for people.
Facts. You never.
But but niece, give the people. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just saying I agree with you. I think you never know what your strong friends are going through. So just love on your people while they're here. I know people always say it like give people their flowers, but really make sure you loving on the people that you love while you have the chance to. I lost a lot of people that are close to me that I feel like I wish I had done more, and it's not a good feeling. So just make sure you pouring into the people that you love and that they know that you love them.
For sure. Now, niece, give the people one last word before we close things out.
Aw, I know it's me, your girl Brad. Lick your screen. um, y'all know me, regular shorty. I do locks. I'm here on the podcast every now and again. Always open for good conversation. Hit me up.
Niece, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm about to lock you in for one episode a month.
Hey, I'm always. Hey, let's do it.
All right, bet. Y'all heard it
Do
here
it.
first.
I'm here. I'm around. I'm always there. Like again, this show. I love it here because we talking about relatable shit. You know what I'm saying? I always have a good time here. I speak my mind. We have good vibes. Once a month sound like a vibe. Lock me in. Go ahead
All
and
right, bet. Say no more, niece.
go ahead and say that.
But as always, I want to thank you for being here, because also I know that I appreciate people's time. So whenever people take the time out to do a podcast with me, I definitely appreciate it. Definitely got an interesting one. I'm gonna text you, niece. I'm gonna hit you up on a back end and let you know what it is. I don't want to say it here yet, but it's an interesting one and it's going to require homework. But also, good people, as always, I want to thank y'all for joining me here as well. Y'all know how I like to end every episode. Live life like every day is your last, but make sure you are prepared for tomorrow. God bless and good night.
Everybody at my house, but it's Crip style. Watch how I get about my house, y'all. Get out. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Get the fuck. Get the fuck. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Nigga, huh? Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Huh? What?